benefit me, first of all, by less paperwork on out here. Everything will be on the computer, so I can instantly on my computer see if a child has been signed in and out on the computer. It'll make it way much better with less paper though.
Welcome back to my last and final presentation for my computer science project class. I want to introduce you guys to my program that I've been working so hard on completing this entire term. The name of the program is Exploration Station, and in front of you I am showing you all of the code that went into it, the classes that were completed as it was compiled, and the access to my database and all of my jar files that were needed to complete. One particular file that I want to put your attention on is a file called Run All. It is a .bat file, and all I have to do is double click on it and it will automatically start the program. As a disclaimer, the entire program that was put together at the facility for the daycare to use actually included all of these things, but it was a little more user-friendly and it had the students' data inputted as well. But for FERPA and HIPAA regulation reasons, I cannot display that data. So the data on this was the data that I used to test my product as we were going through the planning stages. All right, this is the original console. It took up the entire screen at the facility, and the buttons were larger for parents to touch with their finger or click onto with buttons. Contains a keypad so that they can actually type in the PIN codes that they've created for themselves, which I had them use the last 4 of their social in order to keep with the uniqueness of the PIN code. So the first thing you do is you add a parent. And in the parent console, I am able to create a parent, and we're going to use something simple. 1111, that will be my PIN code. 1112. Now, notice I put 2 separate PIN codes in. An error message will pop up that says your PIN codes do not match. Well, I'll show you that shortly. So my person I'm going to use today is Katrina Pual. Made up name, of course. Phone number 850-444-4444. Email kp@what.com. And I'm going to hit create. Your passwords do not match. Please try again. Excellent. So I need to make sure that my passwords match. So I have 1111. Create. And over here we can see Katrina Pual was added with her information. I can hit the clear button to clear the field if need be and continue to add more parents if I like. But I'm going to exit. Now I want to delete the parent. In here I've already got a series of parents over here, and the one parent I would like to delete would be Bob Stewart, named after the Minions. So I'm going to type in the PIN code of Bob Stewart, 5236. I'm going to type that PIN code in again. And I'm going to hit delete account. And you see, when I hit again, Bob Stewart is now deleted out of the database. I can do that to delete anyone else that I would like to delete by the PIN code assigned to each parent. The next I want to talk about is the Add Child console. And in this console, this is where the children are added and connected to the parents by the parent's name. So I would like to give Katrina Pual, or however you want to pronounce her last name, a child named Mary. Mary Pual. And Mary Pual's name is, of course, Katrina Pual. And we're going to place her in the 4-year-old class. This is for later adaptation to the program at the request of the owner. So I'm going to hit create, and there's Mary Pual, child of Katrina Pual in the 4-year-old class. I'm going to hit clear, exit. Now I want to delete Mary Pual, so I'm going to hit delete child because that wasn't her child, that was her cousin, and so she should not have been in there. So let's delete Mary, P-O-A-L. And I'm going to hit delete account. And as you see, Mary Pohl is now out of the account. And then I'm going to hit exit. Excellent. Now I want to show you how I add a class. I click on add class. I'm going to add the 4-year-old class to the list. And I'm going to call the teacher Mr. Bob. Create. Now, Mr. Bob is in the 4-year-old class. And then I'm going to hit exit. Excellent. Now I want to delete Mr. Bob's class. And of course, I'm just showing you how all the buttons work. So I'm going to type in 4-year-old class, and I'm going to hit delete. Now Mr. Bob's class is gone, so I exit that. Last but not least, the main purpose of this program, which is the only GUI that the parents saw when they went in to do the program, this timesheet. So remember, I already had some parents in there. And one particular parent I tried was myself, and my PIN code was 1239. And I'm going to hit log in. It has logged me in, and in the background you can see it's already pulled up all the children associated with me. And over here you can see there's Zoe Kleins and Solomon Gates, my 2 kids. I'm going to check in Zoe, and then I'm going to go ahead and check in Solomon. And for those reading the background, you can see both children were checked in successfully. And I'm going to exit. Well, now I've come back to pick up my kids. Great. I will log in again. And this time, I'm going to check out Zoe Kleins. And I'm going to check out Solomon Gant. And as you can see over here, once again, the children were successfully checked out. So that is the end of that portion. Now, I want to show you on the database, and this is the last step, let's see, 1, 2, 3, where everyone was placed. So select all from parent, exploration station, parent guardian, and there you see Katrina Powell added to the database as a parent. Select all from exploration station dot child, and you can see Amber Stewart, Kevin Stewart. Remember, we've deleted Miss Mary, so she's no longer in the database. Select all from exploration station dot classes. Oh, it's supposed to be class. Let's try that again. And there you have the 2 classes that was there. Note that Mr. Bob's class was deleted. Once again, and last but not least, select all from exploration station dot timesheet, which is the creme de la creme, the guy that we've been getting to this whole time. We see here Solomon and Zoe were checked in at 16:47 military time. Notice the seconds, 34 seconds and 38 seconds. And we come over here a few seconds later, 35 seconds, 38 seconds, Solomon and Zoe was checked out. Mission accomplished. Thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed. Well, that was my program, and I hope everyone enjoyed watching how I set it up and everything, and how everything worked. The individuals at the daycare and the parents both thoroughly enjoyed working with the program. It said it made the check-in and check-out process a lot more simplified and easier for them. The program director said that she enjoyed not having to chase parents down and have them sign the sign-in and sign-out sheet that is required by the state of Florida for the Early Learning Childhood Coalition. The outputs and outcomes of my project, of course, was the actual application that you have just witnessed me walk through, but I also have all the documentation that was required to go with it. All of your software design documentation, the software testing documentation, the project requirements, and the project management plan. All of those things are included in the documentation, along with a summary of everything that I've done, my thoughts, my feelings, all of my reports that we've completed, all of my time spent, the budget that was proposed, and the budget that actually came up to. I'm proud to say I came under budget, so I did pretty good with the budgeting concept. All of that is also included within my uploads that I'm going to do this afternoon. I achieved all of my outcomes and my outputs by, I have to admit, yes, I've learned a lot from my professors. They taught me a lot of things that I needed to know in order to complete all of the documentation, all of the testing, all of the coding, everything needed to put everything together to create Exploration Station, the application. I also did a lot of research, which all of my research is documented in my final report that lists all of the information in more details. I learned that if I continue to keep at something, even though I don't get it the first time, that I will eventually get it. To stand up, walk away, take a breather, and come back, sit down to it, and then go forward. I also realized that the software testing class allowed or enabled me, if you will, to complete my software testing document, which was my big concern at the end of the first semester. And I am very thankful to Dr. Smiles, I hope I'm saying her name correctly, for teaching that class. She has taught me a lot. In conclusion, I feel that this project was very successful. My client was very pleased with my deliverables, and I know that my instructor prayerfully will be pleased with my deliverables as well. Thank you, and I enjoyed doing this project. Have a blessed day.